Welcome back to True Lines, the podcast that explores the wit and wisdom of the great American author, Mark Twain. We've reached episode 6, and we have 10 more insightful quotes from Twain to discuss. Let's dive right in. The first quote ponders the relationship between conscience and memory. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. Twain humorously suggests that people with a clear conscience might simply have a poor memory, as they might have forgotten their past wrongdoings. This quote reminds us that none of us are perfect and that we should be humble in our self-assessments. Next, we have a quote about the importance of accurate information. Get your facts first, and then you can distort them as much as you please. Twain highlights the importance of basing our opinions and actions on accurate information. While the quote is undoubtedly tongue-in-cheek, it reminds us that our understanding of the world is only as good as the information we receive. The third quote speaks to the significance of our life's purpose. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. In this quote, Twain emphasizes the value of discovering our purpose in life. By understanding our unique talents and passions, we can live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. We'll now move on to the next set of quotes in this episode. Let's continue with the fourth quote in this episode, which talks about the imagined communication styles of animals. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. In this imaginative quote, Twain contrasts the perceived personalities of dogs and cats. He suggests that if dogs could speak, they would be forthright and perhaps even clumsy in their communication. On the other hand, cats would possess a refined elegance, never uttering more than necessary. This quote highlights the unique characteristics of these beloved pets and encourages us to appreciate their distinct qualities. The fifth quote delves into the realm of literary criticism. I haven't any right to criticize books, and I don't do it except when I hate them. I often want to criticize Jane Austen, but her books madden me so that I can't conceal my frenzy from the reader, and therefore I have to stop every time I begin. Every time I read Pride and Prejudice, I want to dig her up and beat her over the skull with her own shin-bone. In this tongue-in-cheek quote, Twain expresses his frustration with Jane Austen's novels, particularly Pride and Prejudice. His exaggerated reaction to Austen's work demonstrates the intensity of his feelings and serves as a reminder that literature can evoke strong emotions and opinions in its readers. Finally, we have a quote about the nature of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. In this poetic metaphor, Twain compares forgiveness to the sweet scent released by a crushed violet. Even when trampled underfoot, the violet still emits a beautiful fragrance, much like the grace and compassion we can display when we choose to forgive those who have wronged us. This quote serves as a reminder of the power and beauty of forgiveness in our lives. Stay tuned for the next quotes in this episode, and we'll continue to explore the wit and wisdom of Mark Twain. Let's continue with the final 4 quotes of episode 6, delving deeper into the wit and wisdom of Mark Twain. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. In this quote, Twain humorously points out the challenges of concise writing. It takes time and effort to distill our thoughts into clear and succinct messages. This quote serves as a reminder that brevity can be a valuable skill in communication. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. Twain uses this metaphor to critique the banking industry, suggesting that bankers are only willing to help when times are good but are quick to retract their support when it's most needed. This quote can be applied to any situation where fair-weather friends or institutions offer support only during easy times, leaving us to fend for ourselves during hardships. Out of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. In this self-deprecating statement, Twain lightheartedly acknowledges the feeling of losing one's sense of clarity or focus. This quote serves as a reminder that we all experience moments of confusion or mental exhaustion, and it's essential to maintain a sense of humor during these times. Never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Twain cautions against engaging in arguments with unreasonable people, as they can pull us into unproductive and frustrating exchanges. Instead, it's often better to recognize when a conversation is going nowhere and choose to disengage rather than wasting time and energy. That concludes episode 6 of True Lines. We hope you enjoyed exploring these thought-provoking quotes from Mark Twain. Join us next time as we continue to delve into the works and wisdom of this great American author.